This episode of FSEN Daily includes affiliate promotions. When you use our link or promo code, FSEN may earn a small commission that helps us continue bringing you coverage of local sports and entertainment. Thanks for supporting the show.
Every score, every story, every voice that matters in the Borderland. This is FSEN Daily. Sports entertainment news. If it matters here, it matters here.
Welcome to another episode of FSEN Daily, and I'm joined here again by my right-hand man, Stephen Howard Jr.
Hello. Glad to be back here again.
Yeah, this is third day in a row, right?
Yep.
Man didn't quit producing and became a host. Now I got to find another producer, but it's all good. I don't mind at all. Hey, so let's jump right into this thing, man. We got a lot going on around the city right now. Mm-hmm. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna start here local, then kind of expand out, right? So, man, let's just start with it, man. First thing in the news was, which I think is crazy, potential measles exposure at Camp East Montana. In the ICE detention camp. I mean, I thought we got rid of measles.
Me too. It's news to me.
I literally thought we had got rid of measles, but I mean, when you don't vaccinate, things come back, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, prayers go up for those that are out there in the detention center, and hopefully it's not measles. They've isolated, I think, 180 inmates on the thoughts that it could be potentially measles. So let's hope that works out. Then the next big thing, and I think this is the big one for you, is that the city came back and said that they cannot cancel their deal with Meta, and so the data center will be going up in Northeast El Paso.
Well, they said they can cancel it, but like they said it wouldn't be wise for them to cancel it because it would expose, like this is from the Mirror, it would expose El Paso taxpayers and residents to years of not only legal litigation but expenses for said legal litigation.
I think they said about $1 billion.
Yeah, that's what was projected when they looked at it, like what would be the cost. It would be $1 billion at least. And like you said, construction has already started. Meta has already invested a lot of money into this data center. Promised, I think it's all 300 jobs.
Yeah, 300 jobs.
300 jobs for
4,000 for the construction piece.
Yeah, so I mean, if taxpayers are okay with it, then yeah, you can definitely continue to press on, trying to break this contract. But that's a lot of money. Taxes are gonna definitely go up to cover this because city has to get the money to pay for it somehow. And me personally, I don't agree with the data center. I don't really agree with how much resources that it takes up. I don't agree with it going up. But this is definitely a conversation and movement that had to have happened back in 2023. But now you got to deal with the actual consequences of breaking this agreement, of breaking this contract. Medicine's not going to be like, oh.
But here's the thing.
It'll be cool. But
I get what you're saying, but in 2023, nobody knew what everybody was excited. Mm-hmm. You were excited about AI in 2023.
I was.
I mean, did you know that all the climate implications of it was going to be back then? No.
No one did, actually.
No one didn't. So we were all excited about AI, a new tool, another thing to be used. So it's just part of the process. But here's a more important thing, I think, for me is this. If I'm a potential business out there looking to come to El Paso to do some business, this is going to make me second guess it. Whether they approved it or not, I'm second guessing coming to El Paso right now.
Yeah, that's another thing that the mayor is saying is that breaching this contract looks bad on the city of El Paso. even if the citizens are not okay with it, you also got to think like businesses wanted to come invest in El Paso. El Paso is expanding. More and more businesses are coming here, and that's based off goodwill. Like if you want to do business with someone, you gotta think, you gotta trust it. Are they going to make do with their promises? Are they gonna follow the contract that was set? And breaking this contract, even if the majority of people do want it broken, does kind of put into the air, okay, El Pasoans might be fickle. They might change their mind on a dime, and then we're out of luck because we invested so much money.
Exactly.
So I think the first step of setting out groundworks to discourage future AI data centers going up is a good and the correct step in the right direction. But breaking this contract in and of itself is a whole separate beast entirely.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things that did come out of it was they said they wouldn't approve any additional data centers. So, I mean, I guess that's a win for those who didn't want the data center at some point, to some extent. Last thing we're going to look at here locally are events going on this week, right? So you got Parks After Sunset. I think this week they're running Zootopia. And if you don't know what Parks After Sunset is, it's a El Paso County free Parks After Sunset series that brings movies, splash pad activities, and pet services to county parks from June the 5th through July 17th. And so the Zootopia Parks After Sunset event will be taking place at Gallegos Park, 7361 Bosque Road in Canutillo. Splash activities are at 5:30. They've got pet microchipping going on at 6 p.m. and a movie at 8 p.m. And that's this Friday, June the 5th. This is something that I thought was actually interesting. We were talking about it, and you said you were busy, but Lucha League Cereal Party. They're going to have the Lucha Wrestling going on at the Anthony Event Center, and this is on Saturday, June the 6th. Doors open at 5 p.m. Show begins at 6 p.m. And that's on Saturday. And they're going to have the Lucha Libre wrestlers wrestling. And so this include wrestling matches. It's going to be surprise guest appearances and free cereal combos for children while supplies last. And they're encouraging attendees to bring toiletry donations for community outreach efforts. And then you got Windy City at Cool Canyon Nights. So Cool Canyon Nights kicks off this Thursday, June the 4th. You got a patio entertainment at 6 p.m. and then Windy City is at 7 p.m. And that's at the McKelligan Canyon Amphitheater off of McKelligan Canyon Road. That is free for all to participate, and that's on Thursday, June the 4th. And I think we're going to stop there. And I think that's a good rundown for what's going on here in the city. And so
a lot of interesting events. Some of those I might make it to. Fortunately, can't make it to the Lucha Libre wrestling because I'll be busy.
And you're a big wrestling fan, too.
I've just got into it.
Which, as a father, surprised the heck out of me. But, I mean, 80s, 90s baby here. We grew up on WCW, WWE, Rock and Roll Express, Randy Macho Man Savage, Hulk Hogan. So we grew up on watching wrestling. So I think it's kind of cool that you did pick it up. Hey, folks, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be right back.
Let's go! Let's motocross! Let's go to the moon! For the first time!
No thanks. I drink Aspire healthy energy drinks. Just half the caffeine of those other drinks. So they're perfect for life's everyday, unextreme moments. Moments like joining that meeting that should have been an email. Hi, Susan. Getting the motivation to go on a walk. And honestly, just staying up past 8 p.m. Aspire energy drinks also have 0 sugar, 0 calories, and are made with natural caffeine from green tea. Which means no crashes, no jitters, and no anxiety.
No one cares about your muscles.
Half the caffeine is still packed with all the flavor, with choices like mixed berry, strawberry watermelon, raspberry acai, and more.
This is good. And chill.
Life is intense enough. Drink the energy drink designed with real life and moderation in mind. Aspire energy drinks. Refreshingly unextreme energy.
And we are back. So, something we've been talking about all week, NBA playoffs. Game 1 tonight in San Antonio. Got the Spurs taking on the New York Knicks. What time's that game kick off?
8:30 Eastern, so
6:30 our time?
Yep.
As you all know, yesterday I picked the Spurs in 6. What are your thoughts?
I think I'm gonna have to just to be different, not be different, but also I think the Knicks might take it in 7. I think the main thing is that the difference of how much this championship means to each organization. Because the Spurs, they're young, they want this championship, right?
Yeah.
They needed to each member of the Spurs needed to kind of help build their legacy, help start their champion resume. The Knicks need this championship. They don't want it, they need it. This organization needed. They haven't had a championship in 50-something years. Haven't been to the finals in almost 30. This organization needs it. It's a need. It's a desire. The Spurs are hungry. The Knicks are starving. And I think that's going to contribute a lot to this. Now I think it really could go either way. I think the Spurs taking the 6 is not a crazy take. I think this might be the first finals I've seen in a minute that does not involve either team that I follow, but I am interested in, just because it's going to be a chess match. It's going to be for the Knicks, how are you going to not only contain Wembanyama, but also contain the guards and hide Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is not the best defender. He's okay, but he's not the best defender. How are they going to maneuver it when the Spurs are able to attack him, kind of like how the Knicks attacked Harden in that Cavs series. It might not be as egregious, but that's going to be one of the things they got to look at. In addition, if you look at the regular season, the Knicks actually are 2-1 against the Spurs. Mm-hmm. They won the NBA Cup, won in March, one of the last games of the regular season. And now, granted, regular season doesn't really mean much in the playoffs. Different atmosphere, different stakes, but it's going to be very interesting. One of the things the Knicks had over the Spurs was rebounding. Now the Knicks got to make sure that they continue to out-rebound the Spurs, able to control Victor Wembanyama either with Mitchell Robinson, or I believe when they had the matchups, it was Josh Hart that actually was tasked with guarding Wembanyama when he was on the court. So I think that's definitely some matchups you got to watch. You also got to watch, like I said, the guards. Like, how are Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart going to line up against Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell? How's that going to look? I think a lot of interesting matchups, a lot of interesting storylines. Like I said, I think the Knicks will take it in 7 because, like I said, they're starving. They need this championship. They need this championship, or I don't know what's going to happen with this organization.
Well, as they always say, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, right? Here's what I'll say. I've been hearing a lot of talk about, the supporting cast and this, that, and the other. I think both these series has come down to whose star has the biggest imprint on this game. So I think at the end of the day, regardless to who wins, their star is going to be the MVP. I don't think it'll be a role player that'll be the MVP, because they're going to need their star to step up in order to put themselves in a position to win. So that means that Jalen Brunson's going to have a monster series for the Knicks to win. Victor Wembanyama is going to have a monster series for the Spurs to win. I think if either of them fail, their team's going to lose.
Yeah.
Now the eaches, the role players will have a say per se, but I think it's going to come down to their stars and how they can impose their will in the game on the offensive end. And I think where the role players come into play will be on the defensive side, right? Like Karl Anthony Towns and that crew's got to do something to stop Wemby. The Knicks, their guard rotation is going to have to do something to stop Jalen Brunson. Yeah, they're going to knock down some open shots. You're going to need that to happen. You're going to need the role players to contribute in some aspect that way. But for the most part, the stars are going to have to be stars in order for their team to win. That's what I think.
No, I absolutely agree, because at the end of the day, your star players are the players you expect to perform every single night. Your role player, you're expecting them to show up, but if one has a bad game, you kind of expect another one to show up. The star player, they cannot afford to have a bad game.
Yep, and I think that Jalen Brunson is more inclined to have a bad game than Wembanyama is, just because of his size, right? But you're picking the Knicks in 7. I'm picking the Spurs in 6. We're going to find out. I guess it starts tonight. Game 1, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Now let's transition here, right? People are probably going to find this conversation crazy. We're about to talk about college softball. For those that don't know, we've been watching the College World Series since it started. When I say since it started this year, not since the very beginning, but since it started. And there was one storyline that I was really focused on, and that was with Texas and Texas Tech meeting the national championship again to run it back. And that's what we have tonight. We got Texas versus Texas Tech running it back for the national championship. And then another storyline in that is that we've got an El Paso's own Desirae Spearman, who played for Hanks, that's a utility player and pitcher, playing for Texas Tech with an opportunity to win a national championship. Texas won last year, 2-1. They won in that third game. And I think that Texas Tech had a chance. I think they left Najee out there too long. I think they left her on the mound too long in the last game. I like what the coach is doing this year, where he's bouncing between Najee and Terry. And I mean, dude, they like rotating. They pitching maybe 1, maybe 2 innings. So the whole rotation, isn't getting an opportunity to see them multiple times. They're seeing them once, maybe twice. And so I think that's really working out for Texas Tech. And then on the other side, Texas has been throwing, what is her name? Keegan. I think Keegan's pitched almost every game, and they've got some players that can step in if she gets rocked, and she did get rocked that one game, and I think that was the first time she had given up any runs in the postseason in like 9 or 10 games. So I'm definitely looking forward to this series. For me, this one's a toss-up. I know for you it may be a little different because of law school and everything, and your mama making you a Texas fan when you was younger. But for me, I think this one's a toss-up. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it is a toss-up, too. If you kind of go back to their last matchup last year, it was a toss-up then up until the last game. So I think this series definitely can go to 3. It probably will go to 3 just because of how they've got to this point. They both came out of elimination, both having to win back-to-back for their series, both with commanding wins. Oh, yes, commanding wins in both those games. So I think it's definitely going to go back-to-back. You got two programs that have been here before. It's definitely going to be a pitching battle. It's definitely going to be a coaching battle. How are you going to deal with those rotations?
Yeah.
What's the lineup going to look like? And, yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a toss-up.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so I'm looking forward to a lot of big – and that's at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, right? So you got 2 options there, depending on what you like. If you like baseball, softball, you got it, 6 o'clock. If you like basketball, 6:30. So definitely looking forward to that. Hey, folks, we're going to take one more break, and we'll be right back.
Embrace individuality with Acolah's diverse collection designed to stand out and make a statement wherever you go. Designed in sunny Los Angeles and handcrafted with precision, Acolah sunglasses deliver durability and comfort, keeping you stylish and protected all day long. Use promo code FSEN and get 10% off your entire order.
When it comes to your safety, good enough doesn't cut it. That's why you need the best work gloves. Bare knuckles, gloves for any job, anywhere.
Less clutter, more clarity. This is Distill Union, where smart design meets real life. From wallets that snap shut just right, to eyewear that's built to last, every detail is made to simplify your day. No flash, no fuss. Just clean lines, clever function, and modern style that moves with you. Distill Union, Smart by design. Simplify your everyday. Use promo code FSEN and receive 20% off your entire order.
All right, folks, we are back. We're going to wrap this show up. So if you're new to the network or not, we had a new episode of What If drop today. So that is now available on the platform. We've got episode 5 that dropped yesterday of Beyond the Thank You. This is episode 5 of What If that has dropped. And if you're throwing a garage sale this weekend, today's the final day for this week to get your garage sale added to the Weekend Finds app so that we can put that out for our audience to be able to find you, if nothing else. And anything you want to say in closing?
No, just like I said, like I've been saying, stay safe. Definitely go to those events that El Paso is having this weekend. We have a lot to offer. A lot more coming in the summer with Viva El Paso and a lot of other events. I think it's like doing like a swap meet. Like not swap meet, like a vintage, I guess kind of like a vintage, I forget what it's called. Basically like a vintage
flea
store.
market?
More or less. I guess that would be the word, for lack of a better word. It's happening later this month, towards like the middle of the month.
Yeah.
A lot of different events coming up.
And if you got some events that you want information put out on, reach out to us. Like I said, you're a local business looking to advertise on a network, reach out to us. You can email us at email us. Call us, the office, 915-300-0481. We can put together a package. Packages starting at as low as $250 a month for sponsorship. So, yeah, I mean, we have about, I think this month we're at about 350,000 views for last month. I mean, and so come be a part of what we're doing and trying to better the Borderland and to put out what we've got going on. But hey, folks, this is going to end today's episode of FSEN Daily. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in, continue to watch. Thank you. Be blessed. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Coaches, leaders, voices you should know. Local runs deep everywhere we go. If it matters here, then it matters today. This is FSEN Daily. Same time, same way.